My name is Hannah Shea, and you're watching Shea Hannah. This YouTube series will be about an actor's career from start to finish or start to present. And I want to start with Tom Cruise. I think he's such an interesting actor. He does all of his own stunts. I mean, you got Rain Man, Top Gun, Eyes Wide Shut, which has such an interesting conspiracy behind it, which we'll get into later. Mission Impossible, of course. Top Gun Maverick, which is such a perfect balance of new and nostalgia. So I figure now is the best time to go over Tom Cruise's career because Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning is coming out soon. So let's get into it. Let's talk a little bit about Tom Cruise's background. He was just 18 years old when he first appeared in Endless Love, which is the first movie we will be reviewing. He has three sisters, he also has dyslexia, and he loved sports as a kid when he was in high school. So, I could believe it with all the stunts he does now, that he was great at sports. However, an injury led him to go on to be in a musical, and he found his love for acting. And the rest is history. So let's look at his first role in Endless Love. So I'm going to talk a little bit about Endless Love, but Tom Cruise is really only in 50 seconds of this film, about 50 seconds. So because the series is based on Tom Cruise, I'm not going to talk much about Endless Love. I may do a review on it later because I've seen the movie now, but kind of unlikely because I want to follow an actor's career. So the reviews on this movie were not so great. I really didn't expect much going into it. I think because it was based on a novel, people were disappointed by the film, and that's not the first time that's happened, obviously. So basically, Martin Hewitt plays David, who's obsessed with Jade, Brooke Shields' character, and they're in love, but he's just obsessed to the point that it's causing harm for the whole family. And James Spader's also in this movie, and he's pretty interesting. It took me a couple of scenes to realize that was James Spader as the brother. Jade's mother is the unconventional mother, and her father is the protective type that's like, you guys are together far too often, it's causing too much, don't see each other for 30 days. That does not go well for David. So Tom Cruise's character story in this is kind of the turning point for the movie. He talks about how, he burned newspapers as a kid and his mom thought he was a hero. So then David sees this as an opportunity to do the same thing at the house. He sees newspapers at their house and he was upset he wasn't invited to their party and everything. So he burns the newspapers. Does not go well, obviously. So then he gets sent away to a facility. I'm not going to talk much about the film. Like I said, Tom Cruise is the point of this series, and I think for it being the turning point of the movie and kind of giving David this idea, he did a great job of this role. So I want to just look at Tom Cruise's performance. Now, Tom is only in 50 seconds of this film. I think for it being a turning point in the movie and him being so young, he did a pretty great job. But it's hard to comment on his performance for only 50 seconds. But let's take a look. Already he's running, which, if you know the Tom Cruise thing, he runs in every film. But a little bit of a run, but I'll give it to him.
You say, so we kidnapped her. Say $1 million in ransom. Shut up. Listen, some woman did that to me. I'd burn her damn house down. Hey, I tried that. Did I ever tell you guys? 8 years old and I was into arson. You're full of it. No, I'm serious. I lit a whole pile of newspapers. You ever try to light a whole pile of wet newspapers? Jeez, it smokes like crazy. I got real scared, see. Do you want to hear the wild part? It's like I'm a hero. They thought I saved the whole block. Hey, you better not tell her what I just...
So there it is, Tom Cruise in Endless Love. Now, like I said, it's hard to rate his performance based on 50 seconds, but I think he made me believe that he was that person that did that arson when he was young, like his character. So I think it's so interesting how he can convey that in 50 seconds, and I think he was born to make films. So, I think he did a great job for 50 seconds. I want to do a rating segment at the end of each video. So basically, I'm rating his performance on the film itself, and then cruisisms, which sounds dirty, but it's not. So his performance, I would give 6 out of 10 cruise missiles. And I think if he had been in it longer, it would be higher, but it's so hard to look at his performance based on 50 seconds. For the film, I would give 4 out of 10 cruise missiles because I think the reviews were sound. The acting was good, but it just missed the mark. And then for cruisisms, did he run in the film? Yes, he did. Little bit, but we'll give it to him because it was, 50 seconds and he ran in it. So, did he do a stunt? No. No hanging from a plane just yet. Unless you want to call taking off your shirt doing a stunt. So if there's any more cruisisms you can think of, please comment below. I'm always looking for more. And that's all for this movie. So next we'll be looking at Taps, where he had a more significant role. Thank you.